So today on the Overdrive show, we've got talking with Petr Solc, who's the new brand director for Skoda India. Petr, welcome to India. You had two fantastic models, the Kushaq and the Slavia, established products now in the market. What's the plan looking forward for Skoda in India post the 2.0 plan?
Well, so first of all, so let me just have a look on where we are at the moment. I entered the market at the beginning of September. So year to date, we sold more than 44,000 cars. And we are planning definitely then to cross the 50,000 mark, which would be actually double for us. So yeah, what you said, India 2.0 models are on the market, so Kushaq and Slavia. And both are getting also certain awards and certain recognitions, like Kushaq with the GN-Cap, a 5-star rating for the front and also rear passengers. It's a 5-star first car on the market. I'm looking with the team what we can do and what to bring to the market. And I would put it into two dimensions. First one is focusing on ICE, so our core, what we have at the moment. And here definitely we are mapping the total market in India that is fast evolving. And it's got more than 3.5 million cars that will cross this year, with the ambition to cross 4 million very soon. So on top of that, of course, also electrification is coming to India. And I can see really some brands that are already having some cars on the market. So this is also an area for me that I'm looking at with the team. And we would like to be, of course, part of this transformation of the market. And we will see how the situation evolves, how big the EV market will be. But we would like to test it with our first electric models very soon as well.
So during the 2.0 plan, of course, a lot of announcements were made at that point in time with how Skoda would progress in the Indian market. Of course, a lot of it being, I would say inspired or rather influenced by global markets and the way business was leading there. But, we'll come to the electrification bit of it in some time. But ICEs, what's the portfolio going to look like for Skoda now, coming in the future?
Yeah, so of course for us, the ICE will be still the core portfolio. But on top of that, we would like to have a supplement with the BEV models. As I already mentioned, that really then BEVs, so we will be checking so that it makes commercially sense and when the overall infrastructure is ready. Yeah, Skoda is ready with the first BEV car, Enyaq, already in Europe. Then we would like to bring Enyaq to the market as well. But coming back to your question about the ICE, for sure. So we are fully localized with two models. Yeah, so we are of course thinking what to do next. And so some segments are quite promising. And we have a couple of options so that we are discussing internally.
Yeah, some of your products, for that matter, in the market, which are already in the Indian market, you had a diverse product portfolio in the market, but some of those products, because of supply chain issues and of course logistic problems, and then you have the semiconductor challenges as well, you're not able to deliver enough, and there was that issue with certain models. How is this going to pan out coming in the future, in the next year or two?
Yeah, so of course you think about the Kodiaq, and of course Kodiaq had certain supply difficulties, and the whole world then faced the semiconductor crisis. But for us, we have good news for Indian customers, and I can only say that with Kodiaq we will have a strong supply for next year, and it's something that the Indian customers can look forward to.
We're seeing a lot of attention towards SUVs. We're expecting to see 51% plus market share going towards SUVs alone. The rest shared between hatchbacks and sedans and everything else that you've got body styles. How do you think the SUV market is going to pan out for India as well, and for Skoda?
Yeah, so of course, SUV market is growing significantly, and we can see it not only the Kodiaq, so bigger SUV segment, but also where we have our Kushaq. But also then the smaller sub-4 meter SUV is developing really significantly. So these are definitely these segments that we are really looking at, and yeah, we would like to have a good balance between SUV and sedan, because traditionally Skoda was strong in the sedan segment here. So we are not giving up on the sedan segment, and we would like to have really a good, well-balanced portfolio between the sedan and SUV.
You also had a fairly strong hatchback portfolio, for that matter. The Fabia was there in the market, did fairly well for that matter, and established another kind of reputation for Skoda in India as not just a manufacturer of large sedans like the Octavia, but also good, sturdy, fun to drive hatchbacks. What's happening to the hatchback segment? Is that ever going to come back to India?
Well, yeah, so at the moment, on our radar is really SUV and a sedan. Yeah, so it's true that 10 years ago we had Fabia, but we know that this segment, especially the sub-4 meter hatchback, is very price competitive by strong Indian brands. And this is something that of course then we are providing a little bit of a more affordable luxury to the clients. So of course, so then our product in the hatchback segment would be somehow price positions as well. So we are not necessarily not giving up on that. Yeah. So but our core focus at the moment is rather on the SUV and sedans.
All right, let's move to electrification because that's what's on everybody's mind at this point in time. What's Skoda's plans for its electrification? Are you going to take a top-down approach with a more premium model and then enter with more mass market models? What's the kind of support structure you intend putting into place? What's the business looking like for electrification?
Yeah. That's a very good question because so here in India, Skoda and Volkswagen has got a great advantage. Because so we are also developing and producing the cars here. Yeah, so therefore also here we can kind of tailor to the Indian needs. Yeah, so and this is something also like we are doing in IC at the moment, that we are bringing FBU models, then also parts and components and local production. So we would like to look at the electrification exactly in the same way. So we would like to bring first FBU and to test the market. What would be also the market response on the Skoda or Volkswagen electric car? And then to go more into the localization.
So Enyaq would be the first of those to come down to the market?
These are the thoughts.
Because
this is ultimately the car that is at the moment ready in Europe, and we are doing everything to have it here as well.
Right. So I'm assuming, having gone with this electrification plan, or with putting this electrification plan into place, you've studied the market, and this is from global research as well. What are the challenges that you think India could face with mass adoption of electrification?
Well, of course, with respect to the size of India, it's all about the infrastructure. Yeah, and I had also a unique opportunity to meet with some of the startups as well, and I can see the plans and really the ambition of really then building the infrastructure here. So we are really in a close discussions as well, and we are monitoring that. And of course, really, then it will be about the electrification and then also about the electricity supply and some outages, of the electricity that are in some areas quite up to date. So this is something that we are looking at, could be a challenge, but I think it's a huge opportunity. I rather look at that from the opportunity perspective than from the risk perspective, because whether we like it or not, the electrification will come in around the globe.
So Skoda 2.5 is kind of balancing between IC, electrification, and consolidating a lot of the customer satisfaction programs that you're going to be putting in place. Am I reading that right?
Well, yeah, definitely. So I wouldn't call it whatever number, but it's basically our future product strategy.
That definitely it's not a 3.0.
Has to be, it has to be a combination of all of those basically, because the market will be really balanced between the electric and then the core IC, and we would like to, of course, explore all the opportunities on the market.
Well, your predecessor has had a good report card, and I'm hoping you do as well. So, well, all the best, Petr. Hope you have great innings in the Indian market, and well, we'll see you soon again.